feels good to get these fires stoked. One thing that makes this property so awesome is that all the structures on it also have wood stoves in them. So everywhere you go, there's usually wood and a stove to burn it in. And on a winter day like today, it's really nice to have some heat, especially fire heat. This property has, our house on it, which is heated by a wood stove. And then this structure here used to be an old mill that the old owner would make lumber, his own lumber, out of logs that he would gather from his job. He no longer does that anymore, and so I've converted it into kind of like a decoy shop. This is where I'll do all my maintenance work, restringing, reweighting, repainting all the decoys in the off season, getting them ready and all commissioned to go to work in October. The goose decoys will be used very shortly. Today is the opening day of late winter goose in our goose area. It doesn't happen statewide, and there are certain counties that allow it. In this county here, you can hunt geese usually the first weekend in February through March 10th on private property only, Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays. And I have to say, the goose hunting tends to be just a little bit better during the late season because there's not as many people out hunting ducks at the same time and causing a lot of pressure and education. So if you can get in the right field or the right place that's private property, I would go at it and let them have it. I was going to hunt our field today, but we got almost a foot of snow overnight, and the water that was open yesterday is pretty froze over today. So I'm just going to let it sit. There wasn't a lot of birds using it anyways. We had a breeding pair come in a couple days in a row, and that's not really worth it to go out and go hunting. So I have other properties I can hunt as well. So next weekend, I'm going to start afresh and go see if I can get into any big slob Canadas of late winter. Stay tuned. Thank you. It is the eve of what is supposed to be the biggest winter storm of this year down here in the lowlands. It definitely feels and looks like it's about to start snowing. And the birds have been loving our place since the end of duck season.
is Saturday, February 20th here in Western Washington. It's my first day out for the late winter Canada Goose season. I really don't know what to expect today. There hasn't been that much geese around since the winter storm last weekend, and that was the opener. So I'm just anxious to see what happens here, and this is a pretty good spot. They usually come in here, and if there's geese around, I'll know in a few minutes here. Shooting hours during the late winter hunt are a half hour after regular shooting time, so you really have to wait for it to get light. But this is the best time of the day right now, just before the sun comes up with the morning frost. It was forecasted to rain, 50% chance yesterday, but it changed and it's getting better looking, more sun breaks today. So, and there's a lot of ducks here right now, as you can hear. So stay tuned and see if we get some of this action. I don't know how I just missed that. Okay, I can't believe what just happened there. So, sitting here, I heard them coming. They came over the trees low, a pair. They were right over the decoys. And you saw me miss 3 times, even when they came right at me. They landed in the field. I walked out, tried shooting at them again. They flew out over those trees, turned around, came behind me, landed, went to the shore, started eating, and then they swam across. And then I just killed both of them right there. And I couldn't even get it on film because I had to hide. I was calling at them, and you saw that. We were calling back and forth, and then I just shut up, and they walked into the water, swam across this slough, right to the decoys, and then they both just died. Redemption. Hey, at least I got them. I'm not skunked. Let's see if I can get 2 more. So here's a close look at my decoy spread. I'm a firm believer that when you're hunting for Canada geese, your decoy spread really matters. You have to match what the birds are doing in the area, numbers, and you got to match it with the wind, location. I always run my decoys facing into the wind if there's a wind, running up a slope. Right now I'm using my best decoys that I've saved for this time of the year. I do have decoys that are less quality that I usually start the season with, and I just try to make them get more realistic as the season goes on. I also use a variety of decoys. I have floaters, shells, full bodies, sentries, feeders, resters, just to add more realism and tell a story of birds landing on the water, walking up the hill feeding, and then dispersing out through the pasture.
The thing I like about hunting is you always get to go home with a good story. I'm glad I reached my first goal. I didn't get skunked today. Get to go home with 2 big Canada geese and an amazing story. I really didn't know what this field was going to be like today. There hasn't been too many geese around this area. There were some, but then we had that big winter storm last week, and it changed everything. It was supposed to rain today, and it has. The weather has definitely turned. It's stormier now than what it was when we first started. But there's just a lot of cacklers and a lot of Aleutians in the area right now. This whole late winter hunt is, you can shoot all geese besides the dusky. There's 7 subspecies of Canada geese, if you didn't know, and one of them is the Dusky Canada, and it's protected, it's endangered, so you can't hunt that one. But as a part of, hunting, giving up some of the season during duck season, they've extended it into late, mid to late February to early March. And if you can get into the right field, it can be awesome. I don't think there's any big groups of birds using this field right now. Only because just there's a lot of traffic going around everywhere. These birds, they're a breeding pair for sure. They came in together, got shot at, left, came back, and it was just a combination of calling and the decoys being set right, I think, because the decoys worked too, because they swam into the decoys down there, and that's where they died. And old Holly here, she got to retrieve one of them. She doesn't like retrieving them though, unless they're graveyard dead for sure. And right now, come here, come here, come here, sit, sit. She's a good girl. Well, before it rains again here, I'm gonna get these decoys picked up, and I'm gonna head back to the truck and call this one a wrap. Not too bad. The limit's 4. I came out with 2. Can't complain with that.
Here's a closer look at the birds from today. They made some bad decisions. They had their chance at escape. I can't believe I missed the first time, but it's because I was overconfident in my head. I just saw them coming in all bowed up, that I thought for sure I'd get them. But some power beyond explanation brought them back to me. And I mean, they're definitely big slobs for sure. I mean,
They're either big taverners or big graders. They're not Vancouvers because they're too light. I don't think they're lessers. They're definitely not cacklers and Aleutians. And they're also definitely not Duskies.